If there was one thing I would tell any young, ambitious girl to do, it would be this. If you want to get a head start into whatsoever industry that you are interested in, immerse yourself into that environment. And the easiest way to do that is through an internship. I was 17 when I got my first job experience. I just got out of school. I spent 4 years in secondary school studying, trying to ace subjects that I didn't give a shit about. And when I was done, it was the end. OMG, I can finally live my life. At that point, I was really young and naive. I always thought to myself,
oh my god, I love fashion, I love styling. I could be like a designer, a fashion designer, or like a stylist, right?
I thought to myself that I could work for magazines, I could style models. It would be so cool and it would be so glamorous. So the waiting time between me graduating from secondary school and going into polytechnic was about 3 or 4 months, and I was like, okay, let me just do something in between in this time and see what could happen out of it. I just wanted to get my life going already. And that's the amazing thing about being young. You have so much lesser responsibilities, time is on your side, and you can be like a total sponge to all the experiences of the world. I was scrolling through, finding some place. I thought that I would have joined a fashion magazine, but then I saw this fashion lifestyle platform called styleXstyle, styleXstyle, and I didn't know who ran it, which company it was under at that point. I just thought that like, hey, why don't we just send a message to them and see what happens. I remember being quite serious about it. I've always been a very serious person, so I crafted this paragraph and I was like, let me tell you, I have a passion for fashion. At that point, I was experimenting with YouTube videos. I started making like fashion hauls and lookbooks, and I taught myself how to edit. I was also running a small fashion blog on the site. So I sent a message to them on Facebook, and I was really expecting like someone from the team would answer me, but what I didn't expect was to receive a response from the founder of styleXstyle itself, which also happened to be the one and only Miss Sharon Au. We've always seen her on TV while we were growing up, and she's a really well-loved Mediacorp actress. So on the day of the interview, I had to head down to Mediacorp. I was wearing this Topshop blazer, I had short hair, and I looked so serious, okay? I looked so serious and I was like, ready, my G. But on the inside, I was feeling something completely different. I was like, oh my goodness, I had so much butterflies. So I was just sitting down there at the lobby, like really nervous, trying to get myself together. I even had like a little work bag. I was serious. It felt like forever because I was so nervous, right? And then I heard someone calling my name from the opposite side of the gantry, and she was like, hey Leona, you're early, come in. And yes, she was like a little tiny graceful lady. Sharon Au was right there. Then she brought me into this tiny room that was filled with many things. I don't even remember what we really talked about in the interview. I was just so nervous and I don't remember speaking much. And guess what? 2 years ago, I was in London and I met up with Sharon again, and she actually told me that I was the worst candidate for the interviews that she had done.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
I was the absolute worst. I didn't say anything. I was just like dressed up, but I was so shy, man. She told me about other candidates that she had interviewed, and they were so ready. They were from prestigious art schools here in Singapore, LaSalle, NAFA. They were really experienced. They had all their portfolios. They came in all dressed up, decked out. I mean, I was decked out too, in my Topshop blazer. But compared to them, I was like so quiet and I had, well, not much experience. But something made her believe in me, like it was her gut feeling, and she took a chance on me. The worst candidate of them all. That internship brought me so many great memories that I owe a lot of my confidence and the things that I'm doing now, everything that I'm doing now, to it. So what did I do during this internship? The day-to-day stuff were really gritty and sometimes kind of boring, I gotta be honest with you. We also had to pack a lot of these subscription boxes. styleXstyle had these subscription boxes whereby people can try out different products every month. It was a really small team when I went in. There was about like 5 to 6 people, and so everyone had to chip in and help out whenever we could. Now on to the fun stuff that you want to hear. photo shoots. Yes, we did a lot of those. My beauty and fashion editors did a lot of shoots and interviews with Mediacorp celebrities and also like models and stuff like that. I also remembered that I had to do some of the returns, styling returns, but my editors were pretty kind to me. They didn't really run me to the ground or made me do a lot of these saikang, which means shit work. But when fashion and media people tell you that it's not all as glamorous as it seems, believe them. Believe me. Sharon also got me to start a fashion column on the platform, which was called For the Girl Who. That was really cool because then I could use like my blogging skills and put it to good use, right? And what we did was basically pull in real life fashion inspiration from stylish Singaporeans that were posting on socials. And social media was really booming at that time, and it was so inspiring. It was so real and raw, and we were building a small community of people who were just like, they just love fashion, and that's like it. It was fun. It was really, really fun. Sharon also remembered that I could do videos, so she gave me the chance to do a little bit of behind the scenes video content. At that point, video content was actually not that huge. It was not huge at all. It was served as like a secondary piece of thing that accompanies articles, blog articles, and big interviews for magazines whatsoever. It was really fun. I got to do a lot of behind the scenes photographs, videos for celebrities, Mediacorp celebrities like Felicia. I was gonna say Felicia Au, that's my cousin, Felicia Chin and Ray En. But what was even cooler was that someone that had been in the industry for so long had given a little girl like me, young like me, the chance to just use my skills and experiment. That was so cool. One of the most memorable things I've ever done in my career was during the internship, whereby I was tasked to create television commercials for styleXstyle. And it was everywhere, every Mediacorp owned television screen, every bus stop, whereby they had the screens on, and on every Mediacorp channel. I remember my family and I would just sit there and wait for the commercials to come out during dinner time and film them. It was so fun, it was so cool, it felt amazing. And I was shooting these television commercials on a Canon 550D. The audacity! Oh my god! The internship only lasted about 3 or 4 months for me, but even as I got into Polytechnic, which is a whole story of its own, I still stayed in contact with the team. styleXstyle hosted really interesting events when the social media scene was just rising. I remember being with them at this event at OUE downtown. It was such a gorgeous space, gorgeous view of Singapore City. They invited these fashion and lifestyle influencers, like-minded people who are interested in like fashion, food, music, lifestyle, all these things. Got them all into one space and hosted them a beautiful dinner, beautiful drinks reception and everything. I remember feeling so aligned, learning to network and converse with people, and just being in an environment, man, it felt so energizing. I loved it. On to the payment. So I got paid roughly around $400 to $500 each month, and it helped to cover my food and transportation. And to be very honest, I didn't mind it at the time because what I got out of it, the value, the experience, the confidence building, the things that I got out of it, the character building that I got out of it was way more than the monetary value of what I had gotten from them. A lot of people talk about how companies take advantage of interns, and sure, a lot of companies, they do that. However, you really need to gauge for yourself. As a young and inexperienced person, I always think that you need to have like the humility to ask yourself, what do you bring to the table? Of course, don't get taken advantage of by people. If you are superbly skilled in something, don't take on an internship. You can definitely just get a job out there and run with it. But if you're just starting out and you need to gain experience, I think it's really important to have that humility to be like, I'm here to learn, and that's the value that I am getting. Now let's move on to the 5 tips on how to get an internship and how to ace when you're actually in it. Number 1, I want you to ask yourself, what world do I want to be part of? You don't need to know exactly what job position you want, what kind of job you want in the future. Of course, if you do, that's great, but a lot of people change along the way and pivot to different things as well. as I did, you just need to know what kind of world you want to be part of. I'm so certain that whatever you choose to go into, as long as it is in the realm of things that you're interested in, you're gonna learn so much out of every experience that you go into. Number 2, I need you to show people your passion because you never know who you're gonna meet. Build something substantial within yourself from this very moment on. If you don't have something, go find that thing that you're interested in and build something within yourself. Passion is a really cringy word and it's overused, but that really is it. Have something that you are about. Whatever that you're passionate in, there's a world for it, so build on it. Even though you're just applying for an internship to get the experience that you want, I personally feel it's really important to show your possible employers the projects that you have self-started so that they know that you're serious about wanting to be part of their world. Number 3, be shameless. Do you know how many times I've had to reach back out to people, follow up with people with emails that pester them like,
Hey, just following up on our conversation the last time, blah, blah, blah.
just to get what I want? Sure, it doesn't like work all the time, but people are busy and I feel like you need to be on top of their minds, and you need to pester them professionally, of course. Number 4, when you're in it, experiment. Do your best each day to help your team to the best of your abilities. Be of help to other people. If they are a small startup, please be ready to do everything and just be of help to other people. If you can do that, I feel that you're going to place yourself in a very good position in the future and people will remember you. That's how you build a good working attitude and a reputation, and it will help you out in the next few working years of your life. It's okay if you get scolded, it's okay if you get into disagreements or if you make mistakes. You're in a very advantageous position of being able to learn and make the mistakes and be able to get back up as fast as possible and just move on with it. Lastly, my tip number 5 is to be a good human being. It will take you further than you ever thought it will. Going to things, having the mentality that you're there to learn and to help, make friends. I personally wish that I could have done this better in the past few years of my life, and I want you to make use of every opportunity you can to better yourself. For example, I'm a huge introvert. I've had the audacity to do things, but I was still shy and introverted. I didn't really know how to communicate with people, make friends and everything. But through the experience, I got to talk to more people, connect, network, and also build on the skills that I have right now that took me to the next level of my life. It was through my internship that I gained the confidence as a video producer, and I started creating branded videos for Fashion Week, magazines. I even made a dope-ass music video, and I met so many interesting people through what I do. I want to end the video off by saying this. Even though the platform doesn't exist anymore, the experiences that we had through it, the impact that it made on so many people's lives. They actually created a bootcamp to attach young, ambitious souls to industry veterans. How cool is that? In all parts of media. The impact that they made on those people's lives, myself included, it will live on forever. It will never be diminished and it will live on forever. I will be forever grateful to the team that had me there. Arissa, Elise, Zhengjie, Rishan, Daniel, and most importantly, Sharon. She took a chance on me and she showed me that I can do so many things that led me to everything that I'm doing now. My name's Leona. Thanks for joining me on yet another fabulous video. Comment down below and tell me what is the one new adventure that you've been wanting to go for. It could be an internship or it could be a new path in your life that you've been really itching to try out. Subscribe. My goodness, what's so difficult about that? Did I just subscribe down below?